Hello everyone. In today's lecture, let's understand what is meant by linked list, representation of linked list in a memory, and the types of linked list. So let's start from what is meant by linked list, the basics of linked list. So linked list were developed in 1955 to 1956, and linked list is developed by three persons, Alan Neville, Cliff Shaw, and Herbert Seaman at R&D Corporation and Carnegie Mellon University as the prime data structure for their information processing language. So linked list is developed in 1955 to 1956 by these three peoples at R&D Corporation and Carnegie Mellon University. Okay, so this is the basic about linked list you have to remember. So what is meant by linked list? A linked list can be defined as a collection of objects called as a node. Okay, it is a collection of objects called nodes. Okay, it is a collection of objects called as a node. It is a linear type of data structure in which all the nodes are stored in a memory in a sequential manner and together it forms a sequence. Okay, so this is another one important point, that is it is a linear type of data structure. It is a linear type of data structure in which all the nodes are stored in a memory and in sequential manner. Okay, because what is meant by linear data structure? Elements are stored in a sequence. So in a linked list, elements are stored in a memory in a sequential manner and together it forms a sequence. Okay, here every node is connected to every other node, so it forms a sequence. Linked list is a sequence of node that contains two fields. Linked list is a sequence of node that contains two fields. First one is a data and a second one is a link. Okay, so what is meant by link? A link is a pointer to the next node. Link is a pointer variable which points to the next node. So pointer to the next node. For what is meant by node? It is a collection of objects, and linked list is a linear type of data structure. So it stores the data in a memory in a sequential manner and together it forms a sequence. Again, linked list is a sequence of node that contains two fields. The first one is data and second one is a link. Link means it is a pointer variable that points to the next node, address of a next node. Let's see the memory representation of linked list. So linked list can be represented like this. This is a node. Okay, this is called as a node, and each node is divided into two partition, or we can also call it as a bucket. This is called as a bucket. This is bucket 1, this is bucket 2. For example, so each node is divided into two buckets. The first partition is, we can say, is a data, and the second partition is a next, or we can call it as a link to the next node. Okay, so data can be any integer value, float value, or character value, and next or link is a pointer variable which points to the address of next node. So here each node contains a data item and the second one is a address of another node. Okay, each node, this is a node and it has two buckets. First one is a data, second one is next, or we can say link. So each node contains a data item and the second is link or next, means which points, it is a pointer which points to the address of next node. Now let's see the example of above linked list. So for example, again linked list is represented like this, and here we have a data, for example 10, it is of type integer, and here is a next or link to the next node which points to the address of next node. Now the first field is called as a data and second one is a next, or we can call it as a link to the next node, and this is a complete node in a linked list. So each node in a linked list is divided into two partition. The first one is a data and second one is next or a link. Next or link means it is a pointer variable which points to the address of next node. Now let's see how to write down this in a coding language. So first of all we have to create a node. So here I am using a structure. So write down struct and then node, then opening curly bracket. Now the first partition is data. So here we declare it the variable, that is integer data. So data is of type integer, float, character, as you want. And the next or a link is a variable, a pointer variable which points to the next node. So it is declared as struct node star next. Star next means it is a pointer variable, so we use star. And what is pointer? A pointer is a variable that stores the address of another variable. So here next is a variable, pointer variable, which stores the address of next node. Close the curly bracket and end with semicolon. So in this way we can write down the code for the above node of linked list. Here each struct node has a data item and a pointer variable to another struct node. Now let's create a linked list. For example, here I create 3 nodes. This is node 1, then node 2, and this is node 3. Okay, we can name it as node 1. Here is a node 2 and this is node 3. There are 3 number of nodes. Now each node is divided into 2 buckets, or we can call it as a 2 partition. The first partition is a data and the second partition is next. Here again for second node we have first partition as data and second partition as next. Again for third node, here is a data and the second one is a next, or link to the next node. Every node is connected to its next node. For example, for node 1 this is a next. Okay, means it is a pointer to the next node. It stores the address of next node. So here we can store the address of next node into the node 1. Then for the next of node 2 we store the address of node 3 into the node 2. So in this way each node is connected to its next node and it forms a sequence. That's why it is called as a linear data structure. Now here there are 3 number of nodes. The first node in a linked list is called as a head and the last node in a linked list is called as a tail. Okay, or we can also call the starting node as a start and the last node as a end. Okay, you can either use head or tail or start and end. Okay, the starting node, the first node of the linked list is called as a head or start, and the last node of the linked list is called as a tail or end. Here the address of node 2 is stored into the pointer variable next of node 1, and again the address of node 3 is stored into the pointer variable next of node 2. But here node 3 is the last node, so there is no any address stored into the next of node 3. So that's why node 3 is null. It contains null value. Okay, so this is a simple representation of linked list. Now let's see the example of the above linked list. So for example, let's create 4 number of nodes. This is node 1, then node 2, node 3, and here is a node 4. Okay, now again it is divided into 2 partitions or 2 buckets. The first partition is data. Let's store some data, for example 8, 12, 15 and 27. Now node 1 next points to the address of next node, that is node 2. Node 2 next points to the address of next node, that is node 3. And node 3 next point to the address of node 4. Now here node 4 is the last node of the linked list. So here the next of node 4 is null. There is no any address stored, that's why we can call it as a null. The starting node of the linked list is called as a head or start, and the last node of the linked list is called as a tail or end. Okay, now here the first partition is data and the second partition is next or link to the next node. So in this way we can represent linked list. Now let's see how it is actually implemented in a memory. So this is one example I have given. There are two columns, as you can see. The first one is info, or we can call it as a data, and the second one is a link. Each node consists of data and link. So here is a one column of info or data and the other column of a link. Now there is a start node, that is, for example, I consider as 9. So how these links are connected to each other, we are going to discuss that. So the starting node is 9, so we just go to the 9, and here is a n. Now n has next 3, that means it is connected to the third node. Okay, so from this we go to the third node, and that is, third node has data O, and it links to the sixth node of the list. So again we here go to the sixth node, and that is a V. Okay, now here for the sixth node the data is V, and the link to the next node, that is a 11. So from this we here go to the 11th node, and that is a E. So E is a data, and it points to the next node, that is a 7. So from again here we go to the, we link this to the 7th node, and that is a X. Okay, and from again X, the link to the next node, that is a 10. So we go again to the 10. So in this way the nodes are connected to each other, and which forms a sequence, and that's why it is called as a linked list. Now there are some of the types of linked list which are also very important. Types of linked list. So there are 4 types of linked list. The first one is a singly linked list, or we can also call it as a single linked list. Then second one is a doubly linked list. Third one is a circular linked list. Circular linked list, or we can also call it as a circular singly linked list. And the fourth one is a circular doubly linked list. So I hope you understand today's lecture, and if you have any doubt or any query regarding this topic or any other topic, then let me know in the comment section.